Hello, hello, hello. My name is Kevin. We are Dirty 20 Gaming, and it is time for yet another episode of The World at Large. Our very own personal twist, and I do mean twist, on the now, I guess, well-aged module known as Storm King's Thunder. We are using Roll20 as our virtual tabletop this evening. The character art that you see here is done using Hero Forge, and the art for the module provided everything else except for the image right behind me, which was done by our very own and very talented Thunderscape 7 over at Dirty 20 Gaming. You can find them and many, many, many other incredibly talented people and me over there. So you should pop in and join us if you haven't already. Yes, hello. Hello, people are back for like the first time in like, wow, long times. Excellent, wonderful, good to see you. With that, that's all the technical shit. Let's talk to the people. Playing Beowulf for us tonight, we have Solar Dasher. What are you doing? How's your week going? What else are you doing?
Okay, it was going a lot better until just a moment ago.
What did I do? It's not my fault.
I don't know. I think it's the weather. It's starting, storm is starting to come in. So.
Oh, okay, that's definitely not my fault. I don't do weather.
Yeah, I mean, I do, but you know, that's
you're thousands of kilometers away.
Rock, paper, scissors thing with a bunch of other people. And, yeah,
okay, anyway.
So, yeah.
When I'm not here, you can try a lot of the times find me over there on my
thank you.
On my Twitch channel. Okay, now I can talk.
That's okay. If there's a sudden blue flash and you disappear, we understand.
I mean, we'll assume you've been raptured because you're so lovely. I'm staying here because I'm a heretic. But you know,
I lately have been working like a real lot, so I haven't really had a chance to stream much. I did get in on the game on Friday though. That was a lot of fun. I died like too many times, but I have
to do a count. I know it's a record. I just want to know what the official number is. So when before I post it, before I put it on YouTube, yeah.
Next time you do Force Patrollers, you should actually have a running count.
I should have a tally. Yep. Yeah, hello. More people in chat.
I think I died twice.
So, thank you for joining us, Solar, and hopefully we can have some more fun tonight and make up for your busy, ridiculously busy week.
Yep.
Yes, here we go. Moving on. Because I don't have a segue, so that's what you do when you don't have a segue. You say, moving on. Creature, played for us by the Scarred Adventurer. Tell us about your website, if you would, please.
Yes, well, I run... I say I run. I am...
Host, I think is a technical term.
I'm basically just host or the editor-in-chief, you could say.
Oh, yes. Pile on the titles.
Of the ScarredAdventure.com. The way I think I have it in it is actually I'm the main contributor and the editor here on the ScarredAdventure.com.
There you go.
Not to say other people don't contribute a lot of other stuff because they've been contributing more than I have in the last little bit. But I was initially, I have good news on that front, that I was worried that it was going to be coming to a close around August, but it is not, because apparently I paid for 2 years as opposed to 1.
Right.
Magnificent.
So be sure to check it out for as long as it continues to be around. And, you know, when it comes to next year, we'll worry about that when it comes to it.
We'll by then we'll be huge and famous, and we'll have a fundraiser for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll do a Kickstarter or something. I don't know.
Yes.
That's where if you don't start giving the money, I come to your house and kick you. I think that's how that works, isn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than what was it? A pipe over the head starter.
Yes. Yeah, that one didn't go well. Yeah.
Mug starter.
Yeah. All the concussion, bad press. We should move on.
I mean, that is one of my many failed businesses.
Eutychus. Probably. No, I take that back. I take the probably back. I might need it later. Eutychus, the cutest and sweetest character I have ever had the pleasure of GMing for. Thank you, Sarah, for bringing Iticus to us. I know you do other stuff too, so please plug self.
Yep. I have Tangor Productions and Tangor Productions on Location over on YouTube, which is for my films and behind the scenes stuff. I'm a writer over at the Scarred Adventurers blog.
Woo!
And-
Yes, most important thing you do. Kidding.
Yes. And I am in 2 offline games. One is a DM on every other Friday, and one is a player. And I know my DM is in the chat.
You're blushing already. Yep. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I am really happy to hear that you're also now DMing as well. So you're now on both sides of that little screen, and I love that.
Yeah.
That is wonderful. Tangor Productions. Thank you very, very much. Did I do everybody?
Nope.
Nope.
Poison.
That's why I always write this down.
I think you
This
should just
time,
start tallying. So I
this time it was actually a joke, but it turned into not a joke when I realized that I did not put his name on the fucking list that I wrote down so that I would not miss anybody. So this is a multi-level ironic self-referential moment here. Hey, how you doing, Bison? Good to see you. I've known you were here all along. How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Good.
Feeling better.
Oh, what have you been doing when you're not here?
Worrying whether or not our town is on fire for starters.
Yes.
That's always fun.
Yes.
When I am not here, you can also find me on Saturdays here at Dirty 20. I play One Ball for our Cathedral Deep campaign, which is an old school 80s dungeon crawl. It's hardcore. I almost died. And I'm still trying to do something like make up for that.
You're
other than
you're only
that-
through 2 levels, man.
Two
Out of
levels,
10.
like absolutely jumped into that trap. Like,
Yep.
let's just go.
Oh, yes.
You can also find me at my Twitch. I will be playing Control. Actually, I might not. Actually,
I'm-
I think I'm going to the lake. I think I'm going to the
Oh,
lake
yeah,
tomorrow.
okay.
Yeah. But if not, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be playing Control on my Twitch channel. So throw
Yes.
that in there.
You said my Twitch, and I immediately thought I'm so old that my Twitch used to be a medical condition.
No, mine still is.
Yeah. When I get one, it's actually a side effect of my meds.
Yes. Yes. Same here, he said,
Anywho.
drinking yet more coffee.
I drink enough caffeine to kill a horse. Come on, you're nothing compared to me.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
that's
no, I
enough.
spend most of my time
For a
here.
little bit.
That is enough chitty and chatty. Chitty and chatty. We won't do any more of that. No more chitting and chatting. It's all done.
Save
I do. And then I did more of it. So here we go. Let's start now. We ended the last episode when we were here. Down 1 person. But in a vast cathedral, so to speak, a ring of trees in the forest, having just had a chat with a very brusque druid. At that moment, far away in time and space, one would assume, creature, there was just a second ago you were standing with these 3 people. I almost said friends, but you've hardly know them. They're fairly new. You were with them a moment ago, and then you felt the wings wrap around you. You know they're not wings, they're actually like robes. And you were pulled, unable to resist, physically or mentally, into a neutral space, a space you've been in a couple times before. You're not quite sure why this being keeps toying with you like this. Why are they chasing you if they can do this anytime they want? The robes unwrap, and you feel them move back from behind you. Not a word.
Are we really doing this again?
I do not yet have all the answers.
And I have many, many questions that I have yet not to have. It is confusing to speak as us.
He starts to walk around, like you can feel him walking around. This figure has been hunting you for a long time, and they're starting to come around into your visual field. Why are you doing this?
By this, you mean in specifics? I do a lot of things.
Don't be an ass. Why are you changing this world?
I think that we all change it just by simply being in it. We think we change it by being in it. And we think that we were happier dead before you brought us back.
I brought you back for a reason, and then you pissed off and did your own thing.
Yeah, there's the thing. You raised a corpse that was happy being dead without consent. Seems like I'm not the asshole in this situation. Seems like we're not the asshole. Yeah.
I apologize to the audience. I will get this better.
Out of character, in my head, this makes perfect sense because you're talking as the original you now before what happened.
Okay.
But yeah, either way.
We'll just say that.
It's been on, I mean, the chase, in my head, this chase has been on since that moment, right? Since the moment you accepted the deal, so to speak.
It was never a deal. It was simply a thrusting of responsibility.
You're walking and talking because I said you could.
No, I'm walking and talking because you messed up.
Which is why we find ourselves here. I'm going to chase you down and kill you and all of your friends unless you do what you said.
Which was to not do exactly what you said, is exactly what we said to not do. So what we said is the situation that you're saying that you'll kill them if we don't not do what we already said we weren't going to do. You seem to have some preconceived notion that we are indebted to you in some way.
You see the equivalent of a flashback to the original you that still breathed and liked other people, some of them.
Well, I had a lovely wife at the time.
Ate and yeah.
Well,
and then you watch the plague hit. In fast motion, you watch it race across maps. You watch a tiny little bubble of yourself trying to resist it.
We couldn't resist it. In the end, we stopped trying. What we did was we tried to help others who could resist it. We did not succeed in this mission.
Is that what you're doing this time?
I have no idea what I'm doing this time. I'm simply doing.
For now, I can work with that.
Well, for now, you can go and eat a gigantic pile of...
I have a question.
Genitals of some race species. We don't really care the genitals you eat. But, I mean, they can't be ours because we don't have any. I mean, it's all smooth down there. It's just like a giant plate of bone.
Which one do I kill first?
Yourself would be the best place to start.
And you see a row of the rest of the party, for lack of a better phrase.
And as creature, we walk past the party.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of put a hand on the shoulder.
Still you, bud. Also, why is it whenever you do this, you give yourself back the eye I took? It's very, very disconcerting.
And a sharp tongue shoots out, pierces through the eye, and basically through the eye around the occipital bone,
Yep.
and then pierces through the ear.
And that breaks the moment, the spell, whatever it is you want to call it. And as you retract your tongue, tasting of sarcasm and victory, at least in the short term.
No one really gives a crap what he thinks, anyways.
And you pop into, for you, a new setting. You just got here a second ago, and now you're back in this cathedral of trees in the forest.
Okay, firstly, hello, everyone again. It's me, your friend. I think. We've never truly sat down and discussed our relationship. However, I mean, I know where I stand with you, and points at Iticus.
Mm-hmm. At that moment, the druid looks around and says, I'm so done. And he steps towards a large tree. And he looks like he's going to walk right into it. He's going to Harry Potter this thing, right? Just right into the tree. And just before he gets there, he stops and turns around and says, oh, right. The pale one. And he reaches out and grabs Corfell. You're coming with me. And steps into the tree and just poof, gone.
Man, that guy's busy.
Which means I get to do one of these little mini scenes next week with
I mean,
Wolfsbane.
We've met him once. I don't know him. Should we help him? I don't know.
I think he'll be
Big Fish is like,
Why?
Bye.
They kind of come and go.
It seems he does that often, apparently. So we're just gonna. What we need to do is find out where we're going next.
Yes, Iticus, you were waiting.
Iticus goes through his bag and pulls out his doll for Creature, and as excitedly as he can be, Fred.
Creature won't take it from you, but kind of pats the doll on the head, and kind of with his thumb just strokes the forehead.
It's it's a white doll with black rags. It's Creature's gifts.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Creature didn't have his yet. Yes, everybody else got one. Yeah, right.
Oh, this is for me.
Fred.
Oh, that'll be very much appreciated.
And he opens up his robes, and like next to a bottle of what looked to be some kind of weird medical liquid.
Yep.
He just kind of hangs it on a little hook inside his robe, closes it up.
Big Crids is sitting in a pouch on his belt.
Peeking out.
Oh, this is a question. Does the little white creature, the little white doll of Creature, does it have eyes sewn onto it? Or did you purposefully leave those off?
He left them off on purpose.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, the faceless one. So, what I figured, like we were talking last time we played about the rolling for everyday encounters is just gets tedious really quick. So instead, what we're gonna do is assume that you guys have essentially this map. You have almost, unless I tell you otherwise, you have all the information that's on this map. In other words, the names of places, major places like Neverwinter and Waterdeep, you would know stuff about. Everything else, it's just a name on a map. So rather than doing random encounters while wandering down the road, we're going to do travel as a series of linked towns. So basically, what town are you going to next is going to become the question.
I think we need to first figure out where we're going to first, so that way we can figure out what town we're going to.
Yeah, what direction? Absolutely. So, yeah.
I remember something about Everland, but it's been 2 weeks.
Yep. Everland is where the teleportation circles are. But you don't know what it would take to get access to them. You rather doubt that they would just allow you to go.
And Daggerford is...
Daggerford was the third of the sort of mini missions that you got at the very start when you were fighting in Golden Fields, right?
Yeah, Daggerford is where we've been asked to go, but you know.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, this could essentially be done with a carrier pigeon.
Out of character, this is the point where this game becomes a true sandbox. It is now totally up to you guys where you go. There's some upcoming plot points that will happen when they are appropriate, but at this moment, you are free to roam as you will. You are free to roam about the cabin, I think is how they used to put it.
So where was it that Beowulf was supposed to go next? I don't remember either.
I think it was Everland.
It was?
Did you have a mission there?
That was because Beowulf's mission was to come here.
To find a treant.
Who
Which
we've
we
talked
did.
to.
Which
Right.
we talked to.
Yep.
And I don't
And then
remember
he
what the
said
fuck
that-
you said.
Everland.
Hang on. I'm finding it. That's
I'm
not
sorry, I just don't take notes. I'm too lazy.
it. Oh, good.
I don't
Can't
keep
figure out-
notes. I keep them all in a steel sieve.
I've got a mind like
How did
a
we
steel
play
trap.
last week,
Rusty, dangerous, and
unfortunately?
illegal in 38 states.
Shadowtop. That's why I can't find it under C's, because it's S. There we go. Vroom. Turlang. There we go.
I looked at Fell Pass and I thought, no, they put El Paso on the map. Gee, no.
I have absolutely no idea. I'm looking
Well,
at the encounter at Shadowtop and I don't see where I got it. But
It
I
was
guess,
it was
yeah.
a quest that was given to Beowulf.
You were supposed to go
Golden
find a
Fields.
treant. I remember that, but I don't remember anything beyond.
I think we're supposed to now find the creator of the treants.
Mm-hmm. The druid. There was a druid that we're supposed to...
And I think
That
was that
Beowulf
linked?
is-
Was that linked to Everland?
It was either Everland or Neverwinter. It was one of those two, and
It's
I don't
been too
remember which one.
long.
You didn't take notes.
I don't know how to in this game.
I
I haven't figured out how. I was gonna take notes and leave them in roll 20, but I haven't figured out how.
You know what? Let's just.
And I don't have
My
any quests that are-
suggestion.
notes. I just forgot to write this.
I have a simple suggestion, which is we head to Neverwinter. Why?
It's Neverwinter.
It's Neverwinter. People like me are more commonly accepted in a place like that.
Like you, like the lot of us.
Yeah, but undead especially.
That's
Oh, that is definitely a
Yeah,
location.
come on, Twitch. What happened last week?
If someone in
notes,
chat
that's
can
what
help
Twitch is
us,
for,
that would be
yes.
really nice.
They absolutely can.
It was either
Boy, I'll bet
Everland
you
or
guys
Neverwinter.
wish our
I
head
don't
lore
remember.
keeper was in chat.
Pretty sure it was Everland.
I honestly, as soon as somebody says the next sentence, I'm going to remember. But anyway, for now, you had an important mission given to you, and you've lost it.
Will be found at a later time, but if
Yep.
you guys want, we can go ahead and go to Neverwinter.
Yeah. I think
We
the
are
best
the
way
best adventurers ever.
Oh, I know.
One
It
of the
says
best
so on
places
the
to-
business card.
One
So
of the best ways to get there would be from Nonar's Hold to Calling Horns and then down the Evermore Way.
Yeah, looks
If
about
memory
right.
serves.
absolutely, that is in fact.
Well,
So
Bale would be holding out the map anyway, so we'd be able to, yeah.
I guess
So,
the
Onar's
yeah.
Hold, then Calling Horns, then Yatar.
Well,
and
from where
trip
you
over.
are, those all make great sense. But the question is from where, because I've got you guys at Shadowtop Cathedral right on top of the dot. So are you going to go north through a small amount of trees and get on the Evermore Way and go straight through Calling Horns, or are you going to go straight west from where you are to Noanar's Hold?
Or do we go north and go to Olston's Hold?
I'll go over to, Olliston's Hold, and then you're right near Everland.
She has a little heart next to it.
The world is large.
I just keep moving that around.
Okay.
It was over by where the giant was before.
We want to go ahead and go back to the forest the way we came, and then head up to Everland. Because I thought we were going to Calling Horns.
Yeah, because we just cut through once we went through the pass.
Yep.
Sounds good. Let's start moving. And Creature just picks a direction and starts walking. It is the wrong direction. And he will continue moving until someone eventually goes, "Where are you going, you moron?"
Never mind, we'll do one we remember. Yes, Dak.
Yes. So, west or north? We could do show of hands if that works.
So are you going this way? Or are we going over here to Noner's Hold?
Yeah,
I think
Either way, Bickford doesn't have any money to spend, so
yeah. Oh, I have a very creative approach to
this
money
money
in
thing you
D&D.
say?
You've always got exactly as much as you need, except for expensive magic shit. That you have to actually save money for. But everything else, yeah.
I don't think we need expensive magic shit anyway right now.
Unless it's a survival sort of game, then yeah, cash money doesn't matter. So, Noanar's Hold or straight north and then over to Calling Horns?
out of character, I'm suggesting Nonar's Hold because we'll have more adventurous stuff to do if we
I
get
was
there.
kind of thinking that too.
Yeah.
To the town.
Yeah.
There we go.
Decision
Like,
made.
Creature is just walking west at this
I
point.
was hovering over the button.
I know.
All right. So you pass through the forest, and it takes. Actually, from that distance, let's do this properly. That is almost. How far is that?
Be
Yeah,
about
that
a
is
day.
2 full days
Never mind.
of traveling
Wow.
through the forest. But it's weirdly almost blessed because this isn't just a forest. Remember, on the way in, this forest got you lost. This forest is full of awakened shrubs and awakened trees and a mad druid. And as you pass through it, the sun dapples through the branches, clouds clear. You see predators looking at you, but not in a predatory way from in the trees. You see prey animals not running away, not even from you, creature. It's just like this Disney princess version of a forest.
Yeah. If a prey creature isn't running away from me, it's
Well,
being
you're
picked
feeding,
up by the
yes.
scruff of the neck.
Yes, yeah, you got to eat.
Yeah. And just in front of all the other prey creatures, they just go, "Ah, what a beautiful moment."
As you kill it, this is out of character and this does not happen. But as you kill it, it screams, "The circle of life!" Does not back into the game. Oh, Friday's leaking. The funny Fridays is leaking. Oh boy. Okay.
Well, a lot of us were in that Funny Friday.
Yes. Yeah. So.
It's all except for one person. Let us shun him. I'm kidding.
So you move through the forest more and more, and at the end of 2 days, I mean, you it's not even normally traveling through forest is exhausting, right? But after a couple of days, you're beat. But in this case, it's a wonderfully quiet, sweet experience. Beowulf, do you take this opportunity to run at any point?
No, but because of one of my features under Natural Explorer Forest is definitely one of my regions. So
Yeah.
we don't have trouble traveling or surviving in this region.
Oh no, you wouldn't have anyway. But yes, because between that and the druids' work and all the awakened shrubs and trees, yeah, it is an easy posh trip down and out.
Unless
yeah.
it becomes the full moon, he's not going to transform at the moment.
Okay. You tell me when that happens. It'll be a good time, a bad time, doesn't matter. You let me know.
Well, how long technically in game has it been so far? We've been almost a
Ooh.
month, right?
Yeah, it's getting pretty close. Yeah, with all the long distance traveling. Yeah,
Okay, I'll say depending upon when we reach Falling Horns, probably around there.
somewhere around there. Okay, perfect. We worked that in.
Level of complication.
There's more than one moon. It's never they're never really fucking specific on which moon causes transformation. So could be just thematically whenever
Yeah.
it's appropriate for the
Nice
plot.
bright white one. Then one as yellow as an ogre's underpants.
Well, because I feel like doing it there would probably be plot-wise a little bit more fun than
Yes.
doing it right where we are. Because
Mhm.
right where we are, he just goes into the trees and
Yeah, it's easy.
there's
So
no
yeah,
story there.
yeah, I got you. I love it. This is why
Only
you guys
one
are such
that-
amazing players. I shouldn't make things difficult for you. No, that's okay. We can do that ourselves. Thank you. So at the end of 2 days in the evening, this is great because you come out facing west. The sun is going down over the Desserin hills. The river comes out of the forest in front of you and across a brief plain. You see a road in the distance, but much closer is a ruined hunting lodge. The roof's caved in. And not like recently. This is like everything's gray. There's no paint left. The glass is all shattered out of the windows. It's boarded up, in fact. The door is bricked shut.
Wow.
And it sits in a little hollow. And it seems darker than it should be.
Okay.
Feels slightly like something we should be concerned about.
You want to go inside that?
I do. Creature doesn't see why.
Beowulf will probably walk around
Mm-hmm.
using his sense of smell and hearing to see if he can smell or hear anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. Yeah, give me a investigation with advantage. Idicus, you said something. I didn't hear it.
Shiny?
Other than broken glass, not really, no. In fact, exactly the opposite. Kind of dark and gray and gloomy, actually. Yeah.
That's it for him.
Just-
If it's not shiny.
Yeah.
Turn around. Yeah, I'm done here. So, yeah.
Creature is just going to do a kind of like what a lizard does, because he doesn't have any actual nostril holes.
Yeah.
A tongue just kind of shoots out, sniffs the air,
Yeah.
smelling for blood, and then coming back.
Okay. Give me a investigation with advantage as well. That makes sense. Unless you'd rather do nature.
Nature.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Now that I mention it.
Oh wait, no, not nature.
Survival, one of those. They're the same.
Survival. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You both determine the same thing. It's not difficult to figure this out. In this whole little valley in front of you, this little depression in front of you, there is a grand total of one living thing. And it's inside the ruins.
Boy.
From the smell of it through
Mhm.
tongue, does it at all seem like it is in need of medical assistance?
No, there is no blood outside of the body. It's all where it's supposed to be. Yes.
And the blood doesn't smell off like diseased.
No, I'll give you that too. Perfectly healthy person.
Bickford's gonna sneak up and try. Okay, you said the roof was caved in?
Yep, the roof is caved in. The windows are all, as you get close, they're boarded up, but they are seriously boarded up. Like it would require tools and effort to get in here. And the
He's
door
going
has been very carefully bricked shut
Okay. You said it
from
was a
the
bit of a
outside.
depression.
I'll
He's
give you
going
that
to
for
try
free.
He's going to try and like get up and around and try to look down into the
Love it.
either from a tree or from something.
Give me an acrobatics.
In a completely out of character moment, just
18.
I want to be knocking on the door, going, "IRS, you're being audited."
Yeah. Another row of bricks pops up. 18. Yeah. You find a half-rotten tree beside it, and paint me the picture. How does Bickford climb? Is it like orangutan, chimpanzee? How?
Bickford climbing is 95% his upper body strength. He's got claws.
Yeah.
So what he does is he grabs, basically because of his long ass arms, he just basically goes and just pulls himself up.
Yeah.
And you just see him disappear into the trees.
Absolutely. This is a 2-story house. So you just up into the first branches, and from there you run up. You look down into the damage. It is, yeah, you were right from a distance. This happened a long time ago. There's the very rotten remains of furniture and curtains and stuff in the wreckage. No sign of habitation whatsoever up here on the second floor. But there is access to 2 rooms and a hallway from up here.
The furniture itself, does it just look like it's sort of fallen apart? Does it look like it's been torn apart?
It is rotted. This looks like an almost archaeological site, kind of old. Like over 100 years would be your guess.
Oh, wow.
Since this room was last used. Pardon my itch.
Yeah. Bickford makes his way back down, and he comes back to the rest of the party. He's like, there's nobody upstairs. It looks abandoned, but those bricks don't.
At the base, curiosity kills the creature. But satisfaction brought it back.
Okay.
Edicus. I'm wondering, have you just wandered off because there's no shiny, or what's going on? The big furry one went up in a tree and then came back down.
He's basically kind of just kept walking and not paying attention.
So the 3 of you, as you're sort of poking around this place, just see Edicus just do a little metallic shrug and walk away.
In my brain, Idicus was sitting down and picking dandelions.
He probably did find something like shiny to just stare at.
Yeah, I can take a hook when I see one. Yes, Idicus, bored with the idea of window glass. I mean, that's not that shiny. You start looking around, and yes, there's a little creek, and in the creek there's some really sparkly rocks, quartz, like white quartz pebbles, and they're under this much water, and it's sunny, so they're just.
He's probably just bent over, just mesmerized, staring.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wolf is going to take a look around and see if he can't find any type of an opening in the windows, loose brick.
Look for a weak spot? Absolutely. Give me another investigation check.
Okay.
This one isn't really smell oriented because you can't. Well, no, I'll give you that actually. I'll give you that because you're tracking the person that was inside. So I'll give you that.
Yeah, because I'm trying to find out where they are too.
Yep. Creature and Bickford.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, you know what's happening. Yeah. Yeah. We'll get to that in a second. So you start working your way around the outside of the house, trying to find a weak spot, a way to get in. Creature, what do you do?
That it was open from the top.
It is. Yep.
I was talking directly.
Yeah, I realized that, and I thought, damn it.
Yeah, Bickford's like,
Rewind.
The roof is caved in. You could probably smash through the windows, no problem. Everything's rotted up there.
The creature thinks for a moment and then just starts walking up the side
Yeah.
and then in through the caved-in section.
The skill that should be called break gravity.
Yeah, never get used to that.
And then do you go with him, pull yourself back up? I just love that scene. I'm never going to get used to that. And then pull him up the hard way. Yeah. Perfect. Iticus, let's start with you. You get to the creek, the shiny rocks. They're just out there in the water. What do you do? I've never seen a player look so trapped in all my life.
Because Iticus wants to reach for them.
Yes.
I'm going, he's basically a robot. This could end very bad.
I'm not gonna rust them to death. There's no way. People would kill me if I do any damage. I worry for my life when I hurt Iticus.
If he has a chance, he'll just reach in and like start like picking them up and putting them in his bag.
Absolutely, they're right close to the shore. You reach in and grab one and pick it up, and it's like ooh, because it's still wet and it's quartz. It's got that sort of layered effect to it. You put it in your pocket. You reach down, pick up the second one, same kind of thing. You put that in your pocket. You reach down and grab the third one. This one's different. It's kind of more transparent. Have you ever seen mica? It's like sheets. Yeah. It's that. So when you hold it at the right angle, you can damn near see through it. But at other angle, like you can, and as you tilt it, each layer becomes visible. So you kind of like it's just fascinating. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look down for another one like that? Or do you walk away after the third one? Yeah.
If he is not stopped, he will just pick them all.
Yep. The next one you reach down and grab, it's another one of the white ones. Unfortunately, it's not the shiny mica ones. You wouldn't know what mica was, but you know what I mean. You grab it, you pull, but it's kind of stuck, and you pull it again, and you pull it again, and it comes out, it's a thigh bone. You just grab the top part of it. You thought it was a rock. You poof back on the shore on your little metal bum, holding onto a thigh bone that's like half as long as you.
Size.
Yeah.
He literally does not know what to do with this. So he's like trying to find one or the other.
You start looking around. As you look up, you don't see anybody.
It's this moment of I need an adult. I am not an adult.
Yeah. So
it's almost like a kid lost at like a mall.
Yes.
Yeah. And he goes, Fred.
Do you sit there and yell, or do you go back towards the house? Just stay there and yell. Perfect. Got it. Yeah.
Is there any chance I can hear this?
Yes, but not quite yet.
Okay.
Narratively important, yes.
Beowulf, we're doing this next. No. I take that back. Rewrite. Send in the yellow page. Is it yellow page you use for rewrites and scripts? I don't remember.
Pink.
Thank you. Pink page.
I always thought pink slips were for firing people.
That's if you don't read the pink pages and immediately learn them, then you get your pink slip.
Don't read the pink pages.
Yeah. Yes, we're going to actually do the two upstairs first because of what just happened. Yes. So the two of you work your way through the trees, and you get back to the spot where Bickford was before, and you can see down literally into what was 2 bedrooms. So you could easily drop into one of these rooms, go through the remains of the door, and there's a hallway, and maybe or maybe not there might be stairs still intact, or at the most it's a 1-floor drop. So you could get into the building from here.
Bickford looks to a creature and shrugs.
Nothing ventures.
Reaches over, pulls himself.
Yeah. I see him brachiating out to the end of the branch
Yeah.
over it and then just dropping.
Yeah, well, like honestly, the first thing that pops into my mind is an orangutan.
That's
Just how
oh good,
long
because
their
that's
arms are.
exactly where my head was too. Yeah,
Yeah.
you in a tree is an orangutan. You pull your legs up in that weird sort of squatting in midair thing, and maybe you even hum. I don't know why orangutans hum in my head, but they do when they're brachiating.
Oh, because they want to walk like you, talk like you do.
Creature, how do you go with, and how do you, if you do, how do you get into this building?
He literally just continues walking until he's upside down on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Like don't if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yes. So just as the two of you beat me, just over there, just as the two of you step onto the ground of this thing, you hear outside, Fred, Fred, Fred.
Damn it.
Is it fair to say terrified?
Iticus is pretty like
or it's escalating with each sort of each iteration gets a little more like kid
Scared
lost at the
beeps.
mall. Yeah.
Creature's going to sigh a little bit,
Mhm.
kind of do a very brief kind of stretch,
Yeah.
2 test hops.
Yeah.
And he's just going to leap out of the top of the building and just run down.
Follow the noise. Okay, Bigford, what are you doing?
He's going to reach back up and peek out so that he can watch Creature, and if Creature
Yep.
needs help.
So you see Creature heading back into the tree and down. You see from where you are, you can see Iticus sitting on the beach. It's on the beach beside the creek. It's quite a ways. I mean, it's across the yard, and he's facing away from you. But he's got something clenched to his chest, and his head is tilted back, and he's by this point, I'm assuming sort of rocking and shrieking. Like I'm
not
all out of
walking,
ideas.
but it is full on like.
Yeah. Yep, that's what you see. I'm gonna stop that right there, Beowulf. You were working your way around the house, looking for cracks. You finally find a knot hole. There's still a knot in it, but you sort of, oh, hey, this one moves, and you can push it with your finger, and it pops through, and then you look in through that hole. There's a big brown eye looking right back at you.
I can see the knot just going into whatever's eye.
Yeah.
Ow!
So I'm looking at the eye.
Yes.
I'm gonna just softly say, "Found ya."
Well, I wasn't hiding, was I? I mean, it's my house, isn't it? Well, I mean, my lord's house. Why did you poke the thing?
'Cause it was loose.
We weren't bugging you.
Maybe you needed help.
I don't need any help. You can go now. Can you put the thing back in before you go?
It's on your side.
Shit. Okay, I'll do it. No, like, you really should... shit, really, you actually shouldn't go. It's almost dark.
Why? What happens when dark comes?
Well, if you're outside, it's not very good. It usually involves pieces coming off and getting eaten and undead and all that stuff. You should probably be in here.
Bickford hears this, and he's kind of like peeking down.
Yeah, you're right
peeking
there.
down
So
the
yeah,
staircase,
yeah.
sort of listening
I'm
in.
pretty sure my companions and I can take care of a few undead.
Hell, one of them is.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Oh,
But the hunt lords have been killing everything in this valley for like almost 200 years now.
is that why this place looks like crud?
Well, yeah, I don't go outside and do the maintenance as much as I should.
All right, tell you what. Let's see if we can't take care of this problem for you. But let me talk to my companions first.
And this is, you get the tiny little hole in this big eye, and it goes like it's trying to see around you. I don't see any companions.
I have 3 friends with me.
Oh, Now that I
Victor's
think
trying
about
really
it,
hard not to laugh.
I was going to say, now that I think about it, the one upstairs is kind of wheezing a little bit.
Yeah. And then I have 2 others. They're
Speaking
more
to
than capable of handling themselves, as am I.
Speaking of the 2 others, we're going to quick snap away. Creature across the yard. Skid to a stop beside Idicus. Idicus, you look up. Fred is here. What do you do?
Immediately, the bone is just like, Fred.
It's picked up. It's examined as well as creature can do it. And also, one of the things that he does, because it's not to... He's already dead. This doesn't make a real big difference to him. Like a tongue comes out and just kind of feels it around.
Perfect.
He's gonna lick it.
I was trying to figure out. I was not shiny, no. No, I'll give you a couple of things. One, when you hear Idicus say "not shiny," you look, and one end is polished by the river. It looks like a rock. It is shiny, like the one end of it. It's been here for ages. But as your tongue licks it, you taste the necrotic magic remains in it.
Oh.
This was killed by something undead.
Really, creature looks at Idicus and thinks, okay, Idicus will be fine. Made of metal and wood, probably going to be fine. Looks back over to the house and then just kind of thinks, okay, we're getting ready.
Okay.
And kind of removes the mask and essentially it doesn't unbutton the shirt, but kind of just takes off the cloak and the shirt so its top half is exposed with the jaw line kind of going all the way down.
Knew it.
And just starts picks up Idicus and also tells Idicus, all these, please.
Okay.
Okay.
And then picks up it, kind of gives Idicus a piggyback, starts walking back towards the house. And kind of the thing going on in Creature's mind is very much there are undead things coming. As someone who is already undead, I can talk to them. And if that goes south, well, I'm bigger and scarier.
Rattle your bones and speak skeleton. Just go.
And thank you for taking all the time that was required for me to go and find the NPCs and the character sheet and all that stuff. I really didn't think you guys were going to turn this into a fight, but it seems like you've got your heart set on it. So here we go.
As
yes.
Warlock says to their patron, "Father, I crave violence."
Yes. Now, I'm pretty sure
Sorry,
Bill
not father.
your-
Daddy.
your,
Daddy,
Crave
yes.
violence.
Daddy.
Yes. Bail.
Bill-
Mommy
Yes.
is your exploit.
I'm sure Bill can hear that creature's coming back, and then of course hear some of the mechanical parts from
Yeah.
Idicus.
Idicus, yeah. Are you? Yeah, they're coming back.
And
Yeah, I'm
what
assuming.
he's going to do is he's going to turn back to the knot and say, "Two of my other 2 friends are coming. One is a little small, so hopefully that one could hide in here with you, while the other 3 of us can take care of the bad guys."
One of
Well,
us.
These so-called
You come.
bad guys are inside now.
What?
They're downstairs partying like they do every single night. And then once it's darker, they go out to hunt. So you should come in now and stay up here with me.
Bigfred's now, since
Yeah, now
obviously whatever
everybody's
the
back
shit-
together now. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he comes.
You're
comes
looming
downstairs.
from. You're still
Here
upstairs,
comes-
right? Hanging through the roof, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of like he's now kind of look at what exactly is Beowulf talking to,
Yes.
and he's like, just what exactly are we talking about?
So just to be clear, you're outside now, or have you gone down the stairs inside the house?
Well, I was sort of peeking, just sort of watching Creature to see everything was okay.
Yeah.
And once I heard Beowulf talking,
yeah,
I went back down, and I'm now sort of peeking over the railing. Onto the first floor from the stairs.
Oh yeah, like a child on Christmas morning.
Pretty much.
Okay, gotcha.
This will be the year we catch Santa Claus.
Bear traps in the living room. That's the plan.
All with a single cookie placed on top of the bear trap.
One with cookies and one with milk. Just got all your bases covered.
Yeah. And one with bourbon. You know, Santa's had a rough night.
Yeah.
Sam's got a long flight.
That's what he smelled like when they put you on his knee at the mall. So the four of you gather at this knothole and hear the end of this conversation. So you're coming in. What was your question, big guy? He looks up through this.
Yeah. These guys partying downstairs. What exactly are we talking about? And he emphasizes what?
Yes. The hunt lords.
Are these the ones that are threatening you?
They're not threatening me. I don't understand this. This is the part I don't understand. You guys don't get this. I'm the valet. Nobody kills the valet.
Oh.
I'm on the other side of the wall from Beowulf. What is Beowulf talking to?
So that's what I was checking before. You're inside, so you look down inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see you can see down there. There's a halfling standing on a stool, looking out this knothole at the window. The rest of the room that they're in is as devoid of functional furniture as the room that you're in. It is equally thrashed. It is equally aged. And he's
like broken shit.
Oh my. So it's better to get them when they're downstairs?
Why do you want to get them? Just come inside, let them go do their thing, and then in the morning when they start partying again, you can leave.
How many people do they kill on average?
All of them?
We have a duty to stop them.
Creature, why don't you go see what you can do?
Yeah.
The rest of us will stay up here, and if you need help, let us know.
I'm assuming it's like a root cellar that he has to go through.
Actually, you looked around before. There are two ways into the basement. One of them is the traditional sort of double door root cellar, although you don't know where that goes. The other one would be inside the house, be the obvious place for it. You don't know exactly where it is, but through the basement somewhere.
Yeah. He's going to open the large cellar doors,
okay,
because they're closer, and also then he has the option that that Brickford can come in through the basement on the base floor, and Beowulf, and possibly Idicus, if Idicus is feeling up to it, and we are letting Idicus do this.
That's more the truth of it. Are you going to let Idicus join the fight?
Like creature knows Idicus is competent enough.
Yep.
Has to have been to get this far.
Right.
Yep. So you open the doors and take a couple steps down. You find yourself in literally the root cellar. There used to be vegetables and stuff down here, although it's 100 years gone. There's only the pots that they used to be in. And there is a heavy wooden door in one wall. It looks like it goes further into this building.
Okay. Creature is going to, as not loudly as possible, call Beowulf and Idicus to just come into the root cellar.
Okay, let's start with Beowulf, because you're 2 stories above this. looking down on this halfling and this
I
sort
thought I
of
was looking at the-
Bickford.
You mean
Bickford.
Bickford?
Sorry, Bickford. That's what I meant. Sorry, I looked at the right person, said the wrong name. Bickford. Yeah, you're 2 stories above this, sort of looking down at this halfling in the living room, for lack of a better phrase, and he keeps talking about the basement, the basement, the basement. You look around, and there is a flight of stairs in the corner, going down on his level. So you'd have to get down from where you are and then go down the stairs, or you can go out the way you came in, because you hear creature calling from the basement.
Yeah, he's calling the Beowulf and Oedicus.
Yeah.
But
I'll
Creature
give you a
will also
second to
say,
think about it.
Bickford.
Beowulf and
Creature-
Oedicus.
like honestly, Bickford's looking at this halfling and just trying to, like, he's the valet. But
Yeah.
is he the valet in the I have a job, or this is how I figured out not to get myself eaten? And he
Give
looks
me an insight check.
Okay, give me a second.
Meanwhile, the other 2 of you, Oedicus and Beowulf, you hear creature stage whispering, "Come down here, but be quiet when you do it." 15 insight. Okay. Yeah. You.
Knowing that.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm just going to drop one sentence on Bickford. There's zero fear in this halfling. He is not afraid of his masters at all. This is his house. He's talking to a bunch of weirdos that are trying to get in. He's trying to save them when they're resisting. Like, everything he says with a 15, everything he says appears to be completely true and honest.
So these things are a danger to everybody else. And he's
Everybody
just trying to save
outside the
himself.
house at night. Yes. Yeah. Oedicus and Beowulf.
Well,
Yeah. Okay.
in Bickford's mind, he's hearing Jetive's his kind of mob boss almost, saying that this kind of unsanctioned activity is bad for business. Noanar's Hold is not that far from here, and it's been a while since Bickford's been there, but it's pretty decent rating if you space it out well enough. A bunch of apex douchebags killing those shepherds and stuff. That's not good. Like I said, bad for business.
Yeah.
So he's gonna look at this halfling and he's like, I'm not really sure what the fuck I'm gonna say.
Okay, we'll give you a second to think.
Yeah.
Back downstairs, the 2 of you hear creature call you in.
Okay. Beowulf is still at the knot, so he's gonna say,
Yep.
"All right, later." He's just gonna take off.
And the eyes, wait. Ow, that's bright when you step out of the way. The sun's right in me. Ow. Where's that knot? And then it disappears.
Anyway,
Boom, 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 boom.
once he feels he cannot be seen,
Yes.
he will find a place to set his pack down,
Mm-hmm.
and will transform into the wolf.
Okay. So
As
you
the
wolf
wolf
up.
is
Okay.
quieter.
Yep.
Wolf or half wolf, half.
We didn't do a hybrid form, right? With this one, you're either wolf
I
or
don't have a
human.
hybrid,
Yeah.
no. I just
Oh,
have
never
a full
mind.
wolf
Sorry.
or-
Yeah.
I have the
Yeah.
full wolf or the full human. That's it.
Yes.
Either are.
So he's gonna walk up in full wolf this time
Yep.
to Oedicus.
Yeah.
Nuzzle for Oedicus to get onto him, ride him,
Yeah.
and then he'll pad down the stairs quietly because he figures Oedicus might make a lot of noise.
Oedicus, the wolf wants you to ride them.
Oedicus is probably the minute he hears his name, he's already moving
Yeah.
and just being super stealthy about it.
Okay. So you
Yes.
sort of move with the wolf and
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So the 2 of
just
you
as-
go in. Okay.
Is
So
staying down, being quiet.
okay, all 3 of you give me a stealth check. The 3 of you that are downstairs. Yeah.
And where are you? There you are.
You
Do you have expertise for stealth there, Oedicus?
yes, Oedicus
Remember,
does.
There's an extra
Oh.
3 on
I
that.
rolled
It's
a
15.
2.
Yeah. So it's
Well, that's already in there?
Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
Okay, I was just checking.
2 plus
I
3
don't
plus
have-
7. Yeah.
I don't have disadvantage on this, but it's gonna roll with disadvantage anyway.
Okay.
Because I'm in the wolf now, I don't have disadvantage. But
Right.
take the first one is 15.
It's a 15. Yeah, absolutely. So the three of you move into the darkness and up against this door. You hear beyond it clattering, banging, the sounds of partying. Plates clanking on tables, glasses being raised, rough voices.
Dancing lights.
Strangely, no. Now that you mention it, you look around the door frame and there is no light leaking out of that room. It appears to be every bit as dark in there as it is in here.
Creature does his little stretch. Like his mouth, his chest mouth,
Yeah.
essentially. Like all the mouths unhinge and
Start
stretch,
stretching.
like a yawn. Essentially like a big yawn. And then he just goes to the door and opens it and walks through.
Okay.
And closes it behind him.
Just you go through. Okay. That's where we're
I
going
want
to
these
freeze
guys
that scene.
behind me.
Yeah.
Not
Behind you and behind a closed door. Like you said, you stepped in and closed the door behind you, or they come in and then you close the door.
no, I closed the
Just
door so
you
they
go
don't
in the
know
room.
that they're-
Okay. Perfect.
I'd rather not lose my element of surprise backup.
Yes. Gotcha. Bigford. Upstairs, you hear the halfling downstairs like, where'd they go? And they jump down, they grab the knot, jump back up and start thumbing it back into the hole. Bang, 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 bang. They're gonna get eaten.
Bigford jumps down and he's like, you haven't seen the one on the ropes.
Fuck me, you're sneaky. Jesus. Oh, I just
That's
invented
300
a new god that doesn't even exist in this world. You scared me so bad.
300
Oh.
pounds doing that too.
What's that?
He's 300 pounds.
Yeah. So yeah, out of nothing, it's all of a sudden you turn around and and he's a halfling, and you're 3 times taller than he is, probably weigh 10 times as much. Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, at least you're smart enough to come inside.
The future corpses downstairs. What are they supposed to be?
They're past corpses, and they're the hunt lords, and they're horses. I forgot to tell those other ones the horses are down there too.
Looks at the door.
Yep.
The stairway. Thinks
Normal
about how big a
human-sized
horse is.
door.
It's like horses.
Yeah, war horses. Lords.
Are they small? He's just trying to think like a war horse, like a
No,
little
the
miniature
lords
pony
are
and
quite
farting.
large. Most of them are like, no, well, not as big as you, but they're like, sort of 6 to 7 feet tall. Oh, you meant the horses.
Yeah.
No, normal size horses. I mean, they're all
Door like
bones,
that?
but they're normal size horses.
Oh, you can just start squeezing it. Okay.
They fit in the backpack.
I haven't done that before, but my old boss used to.
And as he's talking to this halfling, the blackjack is out, but it's just sort of like non-threateningly just sort of sitting there.
Yeah.
And he's keeping an eye on that door. And
Yep.
if something happens, he's gonna whack somebody.
Okay. So you're sort of listening to hear what happens. Back
Kinda, yeah.
downstairs. Yeah. Idicus and Beowulf. Poof, the door closes in front of you. What do you do?
Creature went inside then, right?
Yep. Creature stepped in and quickly closed the door behind them as they went.
Still with gentle grace, but still.
Oh, yes.
Now, mind you, is this one that you can open inward or one that open outward?
This one opens into that room. Idicus? Anything you do? I'm asking because Iticus seems to be the sort of the I had a thought, so I did a thing kind of a character. So I'm wondering if you've had a thought.
He's looking for anywhere like small.
Yeah. Oh, of course, yeah.
So that he can like sneak in and just watch.
Okay.
And I guess Beowulf will look for like a crack in the wall.
Okay. Beowulf, you find just a spot on the edge of the door that you can see around a hinge. Iticus, I like this. You find an air vent that goes from here, sort of, it goes in and then up and then into the room that creature just went into. Like when you poke your head in and look up, you can see it goes that way.
Mm-hmm.
So we go in.
He'll first go over to Beowulf, pat him on the head, and just stay here. I help.
I'm seeing Iticus using Beowulf as like a stepladder, just climbing on. Just yoink.
So into the thing, up and then have a look into the room.
Yeah, and just watching.
Absolutely. So that's the two of you. Creature, you step in, pull the door shut behind you. There is one tiny source of light in this room, one stub of a candle in the middle of the room.
Vision.
Yep. I'm just saying, with that's all that there is in this room that you can, the only light source, just enough to outline 5 skeletal forms sitting around the table, wearing bits and pieces of armor and fancy helms with their sort of crown built into them, drinking from empty, broken cups, eating from empty, broken plates, laughing and telling tales of great exploits. Around them on the floor, in the corners of the rooms, are huge bones. Bones of a large animal. Large animals, I should say.
Well, I know what they are. Creature has no idea.
Yeah.
Creature just kind of walks in.
Hello, folks.
There is a pause while I bring
Hello,
5 of
bad
them out on the
guys.
board.
Also, you said 200 years, right?
Yes.
Okay, I have a fun thing that I'm hoping will work. Because Creature has been in this area before, previously.
Okay, yeah.
So Creature's waiting for them to talk.
Yes. They stop. And you hear 5 necks go creak as they turn to look at you. There is no room in our party for another.
I'm going to throw a bit of a bus under thing.
Yep.
Wait a second. Monty? Is that you? The hell are you doing?
I'm his son. Was his son.
Oh. Was your mom that lovely Maria girl?
I don't know.
Look, I'm still. What the hell are you guys doing here? I came in all intimidating, but really, come on, guys. What are you doing?
You look around with a new sort of appreciation in the room. These are whites. They have been. Something has undeaded them and now controls them. In this instance, it appears to be almost like ghosts trapped in a loop. All these people ever did, and you remember Monty himself was the same way. Typical bloody aristocrat, always hunting and more dangerous game, and absolutely he would have ended up hunting humans. His kid apparently took 4 of his friends and did the same thing. Turned it into such a habit that they didn't even stop doing it when they died.
You idiot. What would your mother think?
At that moment, Beowulf and Iticus, you can hear this conversation.
Oh yeah.
Is it in common?
It's an undead.
So it sounds like bones rattling.
Okay. But you can, at the very least, you can tell that there's a conversation going on, right? So, yeah. I like that better anyway. You don't know what they're talking about, but...
Mm-hmm.
Pull out.
I'll give you a second to figure out if you're going to do anything with that information.
I don't know, like a Baraka?
Yeah. Bigford. The halfling looks at you and says, "Your friends aren't stupid enough to go downstairs, are they?"
Depends how dumb your bosses are. If they're smart enough to stop to talk, then I don't see a problem.
Smart enough to talk. That's a stretch. But I don't hear any killing yet, so that's good. You want a drink?
I have a beer.
Beer. Luddite. Let me introduce you to the fineries of wine, shall I? It's in the other cellar, not the one with the crazy dead people, the other one with all the alcohol in it. Follow me. And he just turns around and leads you down a different flight of stairs into an unbelievably well-stocked wine cellar. There's this much dust in places. Some of this wine is 250 years old, and because dragons exist in this world, it hasn't turned into vinegar yet. It just keeps getting better. He just keeps walking. He says, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. No, the good stuff's at the back. And the further back you get, the deeper the dust is getting.
Yeah. Bickford's going to follow at a fair bit of a distance.
Okay.
He's played this game before.
Yeah.
101 Dirty Bugbear Tricks. This would be number 47.
Yes.
So he's keeping an eye out for traps and or friends.
Okay, absolutely.
Friends.
Okay, I'll get back to you in a second. The two outside, one peeking through the door, one peeking through the air vent. Yeah.
Beowulf is just gonna continue keeping an eye out. Should creature engage, that's when Beowulf will attempt to get through the door.
Chat, you should know better by now. My voice has never stayed the same for NPCs because I don't practice them. Iticus. You're kind of hanging in the vent looking out and you see this.
He's gonna stay there.
Yeah.
Until he's needed.
Absolutely.
Creature looks agitated and annoyed.
Yeah.
More than anything.
But there's no sort of fight going yet.
Yeah.
So back to you, creature.
The creature walks down the steps closer to them.
Yeah.
And just kind of goes,
"You morons. Why did you not do something better with your life? Or, now that you're dead, with your death?"
You sound just like my dad.
"Yeah, because I healed Monty's wounds when he was impaled by a boar. Why do you think your dad will always have that limp?"
That's look, and he reaches down beside him and pulls up this moldering old shield, and it's got one of the images on it is a boar. I'll put that on there for him.
Yeah, he always did have a good sense of humor.
He got bored by a boar. That was his joke, not mine. It's kind of a dad joke thing, I think.
It really is. I never got to have kids, but still.
And really, he's just sitting down and kind of, "Sit down. You're not going out tonight. We're catching up."
We'll order in.
Yeah. One small condition: the already dying.
They look around and there's a muttered conversation. Have we ever? No, I don't think we did.
It's a very broad definition for undead. The already dying. They're all already dying.
But there's a muttered conversation, and they look at you like if we go to a place where lots of people are sick.
Yeah.
Plague run!
Look, if they're about to die anyways, there's a certain amount of leniency we have with this rule. Just kill them quick and then make it painless and literally end their suffering. I mean, if you're going to be doing this, I'm looking at you. You are clearly out of my league for doing what I would normally do. And you're still idiots, kind of clips one at the back of the head.
Yeah. They've leapt out of their chairs, and each one of them has grabbed one bone out of these piles behind them, and they're heading for the door.
No, but stop.
Oh.
Gently.
They start walking gently towards the door, carrying a bone. Gently, gently, gently. One of them starts singing, "We won't kill everyone we meet. We won't kill them all.
Just the sick, the dying, and the ones who... Just the sick, the dying, and the ones who are poisoned." I don't
The
have
two
time
of
for
you
this.
outside see these 5 get up, grab this, and the 6 of them, because I'm assuming you're going with them?
Yeah, like Creature's kind of walking behind them and just chatting and kind of talking about Monty with his kid.
So Atticus, you're like watching them get closer and closer to the door. Beowulf, they're coming straight at you while you're peeking through the crack in the door.
Oh, and then Creature just goes,
But I've got friends. Don't touch them. Good people. People is a stretch. Good things.
Yeah, he's gonna jump back anyway.
Okay.
And he says that out loud in common as well.
So you know that yes, the two of you hear that you've been vouched for. The door opens. The 4 wights come out, each with a bone in their hand. Atticus, say, it's like the bone you had before, but it was half as big as you, and this is half as big as them, and they're twice as big as you, and that's a lot of math, but it's really big. But you see them sort of coming out, and you sort of like, as you watch them that way, and I'm assuming you scurry down the little shaft and look out the other way too. You're still completely hidden in the wall, and you see them come out and start to march like the 7 dwarves, like they're about to start singing.
Wait a second. Last thing.
Creature, like grabs his pack and stuff. He just pulls out and puts a mask on each of their faces. Kind of cloaks them in a robe.
You see, there's a thing we can do where we can hunt, or we can have them give our prey to us. Watch.
And as they go into town, Creature pulls out a bell, just goes, "Bring out your dead!"
Oh! Words, plague doctors. They start fist bumping. I don't know what, this has gotten ridiculous. I'm going to get sued by wizards for what I've done to what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, they just like fist bumping. It's like, plague run, plague doctor. Everybody get the mask. And then they've all got the long pointy mask. Yeah.
Yeah.
This has gotten ridiculous.
Just bring out your dead. The bone horses are carrying. I'm assuming
as you step outside,
they're carrying out like big carts.
Yeah, they shake the horse, they shake the bone, and it turns into war horses. Because you want it, they're pulling a cart. Yes.
Yeah. Like some of the war horses, they decided not to make into war horses. It's this giant cart made of bone.
Yep. Beowulf, that marches through the room and out the door into the darkness. Do you do anything while that is happening? Do you do anything after that is happening?
I think he's gonna wait until after the procession is out the door, because he just does not in the way.
Yeah.
He's basically looking at that and going like, "What the? Huh?"
Atticus.
Once they're done,
Wizards didn't.
Oh, sorry, Beowulf. I didn't realize you weren't done. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Okay. No, so once they're done going through, he's gonna go where Atticus is and see if he can't.
Yep. So you see Idicus kind of bending down, peeking out from this thing. Yeah. Idicus, what do you do when you see Beowulf sniffing at your? I almost said sniffing at your hole, but I didn't because you were going to laugh and you wouldn't be able to tell me what Idicus was going to do. So I'm glad I didn't say that.
Idicus is coming out like as they're leaving.
Yeah.
And kind of looks at Beowulf very confused.
Yeah.
As confused as a little Warforged king.
Yeah. The hinges are drooping.
Because he doesn't know the conversation.
Nope.
And doesn't understand what's going on.
Nope. Just all of apparently they're friends. Apparently they're friends. I think you would you have drawn that conclusion? I mean, crazy creature walked in, faceless creature walked in, they had a conversation with them, and now they're heading out all together, all dressed the same.
Yeah, they're obviously friends. So okay, this is fine.
Problem solved. Yeah.
And Idicus will probably be like,
oh,
Pat. Again, Pat.
I am going to
Beowulf and just walk back up to find Bigfred.
Just before you do, just as you go to head out of this room, you see in the corner behind where they were sitting, big shiny box, like a box that people call chests, like one of those, a really fancy one sitting in the corner. It's all brass and shiny. Urch.
Fred shiny. Shiny Fred. Like trying to show Beowulf this.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to sniff and see if there aren't any of those guys left over that I can smell.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
We'll see if we get to the part where you have to make a drunk save. We'll see if we get that far. Beowulf, you are sniffing around. Yeah, all the undead are gone in this region. They all followed Creature out the door. So this room is just full of dust and age and decrepitcy and horse bones.
You can imagine a dog sneeze.
Yeah, yeah, dust everywhere.
Dogs. Sorry, I heard of dogs' needs, and I'm like, there's a lot of bones down there.
Like a dog sneeze.
Yeah. I know what that.
He's gonna look at Idicus, and then just pat his way over towards that chest, because I'm assuming he's seen it by now.
Yep. Idicus, what are you doing with that chest of shiny? As Beowulf approaches with you.
He's gonna try to open it.
Okay. Give me a dexterity check.
Okay, that's the one that I just clicked this.
Yep.
Oh,
24. Wow. This is amazing because it's a DC 20. You just reach out, just reach out and open it. And because you're Idicus height and not people height, you don't even notice that as you open it, 4 arrows go over your head and stick into the wall behind you on the far side of the room, each dripping a burning acidic ichor down the wall, burning grooves below it. Don't even notice. Because in front of you, inside, there's a big skin sack. And you know it's orc skin. It's tough leather. It's really good for carrying stuff. And you know, just from the way it's laying, it's full of coins. There's also a little leather pouch beside it.
He's gonna take both.
Okay. As you pull out the big bag, because it's heavy, you open it up, it's got 600 gold pieces in it. The little pouch, you open it up, it's got 6 shiny gems in it. And now that you pulled the big bag out of the way, you look in and you see you see in the bottom there are 3 small boxes that have been sort of fit together tangram style to make a false floor. Mm-hmm. And you look in and there's 3 little finger holes where you can open up these sections.
He'll do. You give him a chance to look through something, he's going to.
Of course, yes. Yep.
I'm just seeing feet
Yeah.
sticking out of the chest.
Just head first, just plang inside the box. Beowulf, I'll give you. Yeah, there's nothing dangerous in this box. There's no poisons or anything else. Idicus, as you pull open the largest of the 3 sections, you see inside a very carefully folded robe that's got patches all over it.
Is it shiny?
Nope.
Then nope.
Pop open the second one. This one's long and thin. This is shiny. This is a silver rod about that long. And as you look at it, just little sparks of silver go from end to end.
Okay, he'll take that.
Okay, you pick it up, and it's like you can just feel the magic just vibrating in it. It's definitely, you got a magic wand. Idicus got a magic wand. One drawer left.
Yep.
You open up that 3rd drawer, and in it is a wrist, like a bangle, gold and platinum woven together.
Okay. He'll also take the robe, but he's going to share everything with his friends when they
come back in. Absolutely. That takes care of the 3 in the basement. Meanwhile, in the other basement, Bickford was rolling drunk checks earlier, like he's going to get that far. You said you were being careful as you followed this guy in.
Yeah.
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh shit.
I love hearing that. Yeah. This is a priceless wine collection, and you're starting to get thirsty as you go further. It's like, where are we going? Come on, what's the point? But you're watching for traps and, trying to see if anything's weird. You don't see anything.
Fucking 10.
Yeah, you continue to follow him in. It's like, this is getting sketchy. This is weird. This wine cellar's too big, but nope, still nothing. He says, it's just around this corner, and he kind of pops around the corner.
Bickford follows. I mean, he can see in the dark anyways. So.
Yep. You step around the corner, and it's kind of a dead end, except there's an archway cut into it. Wine bottles on both sides all the way down to the end, and then beyond the door, there's a small wine rack. It's only got 16 bottles in it, 4x4. They've got what's got to be at least 300 years of dust. So these were 50 years old when they went in here. And he's in the room reaching for one of them, and he says, cover your nose, and he knocks the dust off of it.
He's a bugbear, so he's got a little bit of a prehensile nose, like a grizzly.
Yeah, just yeah,
just all over the place.
The dust on the floor, and as it clears, he's only a halfling. Like, it came up to here and came back down. He's holding 2 glasses upside down in his hand. He kind of shakes the dust off of them, holds one knee up in the air, sort of Captain Morgan style, but without the keg underneath it. Puts the 2 glasses on his knee and starts working the cork. Come on in here. Come on in.
Bickford looks like he's just walking on in, but as he does, he moves the blackjack through the archway first.
Okay.
Just in case there's a trap. Yep.
You sort of casually swing it through before your leg goes in.
He's got, does the shaggy walk.
Yeah, absolutely. Let it flip in there. You slip through the door. Nothing is triggered. You look around you, and the only other thing in this room, other than the wine and the glasses and the halfling, is a pile of bricks on each side of the door and a small pot containing mortar. We're doing some renos.
Bickford thinks for a minute. He doesn't really think that anything's out of the ordinary other than this halfling's being extraordinarily friendly for a guy who broke into his house. But
yeah. So he's standing there on 1 foot with the glasses on his leg, and he goes, the top of the cork comes off. Ah, shit. Here, hold this and these. I gotta go get a corkscrew.
Hold on, I got something for that. Takes a short sword, pokes the
Yeah.
cork,
Yeah.
twists it out with that.
And pulls it out. Give me a sleight of hand to try that.
Okay.
9. Yeah, you twist and the cork just breaks up. It's still in place, but it's all messed up. Oh, now we're gonna have to push it in.
Rickford's like, is this one of those things where it's like the worm?
It's the exact opposite. You do not want cork in your wine, but we don't really have a choice. And he starts pushing the remains in with his thumb or his fingers. I can't get it to go. Here, you do it.
I've got longer fingers.
I'll hold those. And he grabs the 2 glasses.
Goes in with the pinky finger.
Okay, give me a strength check.
A little bit better, maybe.
11. Yeah, it's enough. Punk! You push the cork into the bottle. Give me a dex save.
Dex save.
13. Yeah. You poke it in there, and the force of the bubbles in the wine kind of shoves your finger back out. And as it does, it's not spray. It's not like champagne foam that comes out. It's a mist. A pale gray mist, and it just poof, up into your face. Give me a Constitution save.
Oh, sorry. There we go. 13. I just rolled a Constitution.
You've 13. Yes, yes, yeah. You've been wasted before. You know what it's like to be just about to pass out. You have a split second before you're going to hit the floor. You look over, and he's heading for the door. Idiot. What do you do? One action.
One action?
Yep.
I am going to cast Shadow Whip and pin that fucker to the ground.
Okay, cast it.
Cast at 1 level, it's a cantrip, so...
A tentacle of semi-solid shadow lashes out at a target within range on a successful melee spell attack. It deals 1d6 cold and...
How do I do that? So just...
Spell save DC is 12. Well, it says on a melee spell attack.
So charisma plus...
That's your caster, yeah.
20,
so
yeah, so
20,
definitely hit.
Okay,
24 with the bonus.
It absolutely hits. So roll me 1d6 cold damage.
It's 2d6 because I'm level 5.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Or over level 5.
Yep.
2d6. 6 damage.
6
and
points of damage, and he is grappled.
Yeah, gains the grapple condition until the beginning of the next turn.
Yes. Well, you lash that on him, and it comes out of the ground and wraps around him, and you fall to the ground thinking, ha 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 ha. And you pass out thinking, I wonder if 6 seconds has passed yet. And just as you think that's thought, you go to sleep and you watch as you pass out, your tentacle disappears, and he starts to get up off the floor and reach for the brakes.
He's got some pain on him. I did something.
Yeah, absolutely. Where do I want to go next? Actually, I know it's only 20 to 8, but this seems like a good spot to actually drop, because we're at 3. There's 3 groups here, and each one of them has a very important decision to make right now in time and space. So that's my way of saying I'm not ready. So I need a little bit of time to think. Any 2 of these I could do, but 3 of them off the top of my head, it's not going to be as good as it could be if I get a week to think about it. So with that, we will slightly early tonight drop the curtain on this adventure. With creature about to go feeding with 5 whites, with Bickford about to get absolutely, I didn't have a whole lot of time to think, so yes, Cask of Amontadillo absolutely is exactly what's happening to him. Well, And it's even for the same reason. It's because he was guilty about good alcohol. So I got to tie that in. And the other two of you you're in this with all this magic stuff and trying to have to figure out what exactly you're going to do next. Because the two of you have been abandoned in this ancient ruin, in this ancient hunting lodge. Everybody else is gone except the dog and the Warforged goblin.
I'm so sorry. I had to be creative.
No, it's wonderful. No, I love it. Always split the party. This is always split the party, and please wreck my game. These are things I have specifically said. So yes, break my game. You broke it beautifully, wonderfully,
And
marvelously. I have got all three of you. I have got all three groups in potentially fatal situations with no mutual backup. So that's why I need a week to plan.
You're fine. You're fine.
With that, big thank yous tonight, because that was a very creative way to deal with that by every single one of you. It wasn't just Scard's idea that worked. Everybody else not attacking and not escalating the situation and waiting to see what happened this played out in a very unique way. And then Bickford wandering off by himself is so Bickford, it's funny. And getting a hose looking for alcohol, I mean, come on. But we will try not to draw moral conclusions from that, because they were not intended. It was all about, I guess,
dumb.
greed's moral. Yeah, greed's a moral decision, ethical at least. But either way.
I don't know if it was yes, Bickford is dumb, but I don't think that it's his fault. It's just no, we're not doing that. Come with me. We're doing something better. It's just fine, whatever. It's not greed that's setting that feeling. It's just fine. I wanted beer, but fine. We'll try your thing.
Try wine. See how it works.
All I will say is there's potentially more than one threat in this building. Anyway, that's also not how wizards wrote. I am going to get a strongly worded letter.
I'm going to meet
Dear Dirty 20 Gaming, that's not how we wrote it. We know you said we said you could do whatever you want to it, but fuck me, what was that? Oh, anyway.
That was a big lightning bolt on my side.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, we will say goodnight to you first, just before your power gets knocked out. To see somebody who lives in that area make that face looking at the window, I'm frightened. Let us know later that you're okay.
Cease and desist letter.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, guess we're playing something else, suckers.
I don't think we can get a cease and desist letter. You're allowed to do whatever you want with it.
Well, no, we'd be playing a different system.
Anyway. So yes, thank you so much, Solar, for coming and playing with us. Yes, be well. Get in the basement if you have to. I know where you live.
There ain't no basement here.
Okay, well,
then dig a little hole and hope.
I'm not in Tornado Alley, so we don't worry about tornadoes.
Well, in that case, get behind your partner. That's what they're for. Let them absorb the brunt of the attack. Anyway, either way,
find the tallest person you can and get very close to them.
Either way, be well. Thank you so much for bringing Beowulf to this. The dog's locked in, well, not locked. The dog's in the basement at the moment, but thank you so much for bringing Beowulf to this game.
I'm having a blast.
I appreciate it. Excellent. We will see you next week. Feel free to flee anytime you need to avoid the incoming mayhem. Sarah. Oh, man. Iticus is just... I didn't see this come. I should have, but I did not see it coming that Iticus would be the glue that held this all together. Right? The reason that everybody's staying is because, we can't leave Iticus. It's so wonderful. And as a DM, it's not something you get very often. Like a super likable character. At least I haven't. Maybe it's the people I play with. But thank you so much for bringing that. I don't get to see new very often in this game because I've done it so much, but thank you so much. And please feel free, again, both of you that I've already spoken to and the other two as I'm about to, please feel free to put your links back in chat again there. Make sure everybody knows where they can find you when they're not watching you here. Bison, so I don't forget you again. Bickford, thank you for, this is going to sound really weird. Thank you for building the most three-dimensional, two-dimensional, one-dimensional character I've ever met in my life. he's a complete human being, but he's got one thing, right? He's got free beer. Oh yeah, I'm there. Right? So in one sense, he's absolutely one-dimensional. In another sense, he's two-dimensional. He's just this bugbear thiefy dude who likes beer, very, very, sort of flat. But then there's this layer to him where he keeps just solving problems and just being the solution almost by accident.
Despite having an intelligence of 10.
Yes, so I love it. I love this 1, 2, 3. This 1, 2, 3 dimensional character. Thank you so much for bringing him to the table, especially because I know how short notice it was. I know how long it usually takes you to make a character, and I know how quick Bickford was. So I appreciate, especially the filling in as we've gone along. It's beautiful. Thank you. And again, put your link in there just in case you decide to lose control again on Monday.
Yeah, did that.
Excellent. And that leaves us with Scarred. People are not going to believe it, but every single thing that happened tonight was completely improv. We built a big chunk of your backstory live on the fly in that conversation at the start. And then at the end, again, you changed an entire scene with one sentence. I love it. Beautiful. Well played. I would much rather have that than a great series than a bunch of natural 20s. I love it. Be creative. That's what this game is about. Everybody smiled when you did it, and that means that we won. So thank you for bringing that level of creativity to these games. We saw it with Frankie. We saw it again here. I love it. Thank you.
That makes sense. 200 years.
Yes, yeah. He's a bitter, smart, experienced bastard. So, yeah. I love the way you talk to this guy that is hunting you with the absolute essence of his being, and you're like, yeah, fuck off. Makes me think of a couple of characters I've played. That's probably why I like this character so much. But thank the four of you for that. Thank you to everybody in chat, as always. Again, I had a blast tonight. All of you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you for interacting. Thank you for having fun with us. Thank you for catching me when I stole plot lines from other shows. And thank you in the future to all the wonderful people on YouTube. If you watched all the way to here, please click the like button down at the bottom. And if you want to see all the rest of it, click that other button, that subscribe button too. And you'll get a warning every time I post something.
Warning sounds appropriate.
Sometimes some of the shows we do, a warning is the appropriate phrase. Tonight was not that night. Tonight was a really interesting night, and I loved every second of it. So thank you all again, everybody everywhere. And until next time, please be nice to each other. Good night.